Welcome back to what I again have deemed the Dell Chronicles. It is the Dell Chronicles that we are going through my experience with Dell's customer service and tech support. We're on day like 7 or something, whatever. It's September something at this point of 2020. Ooh, there's a bug. It happens. Okay. If you got a studio, you know there's bugs. Okay. So let's go through our first audio where we actually get somebody on tech support and makes a groundbreaking revelation, discovery, I don't know, what have you. I got a new thing to use to check. I got something new in my repertoire. This person actually has me run a report. Now, this report's online, but it's a battery report. So we're going to delve in and see, is there a battery issue? Well, let's find out. Let's jump to the recording.
All right, sir. While we're waiting, could you please verify me your full name, email address, and your phone number, sir?
Sure.
Okay, sir. I need the phone number slowly because that's for me in case the phone call gets disconnected.
Yeah, no problem.
Could you just give me the phone number, sir? All right, sir. I've got view of your screen right now. I'll send you some tests on my end to verify. Okay.
Sure.
Okay. When you right now the battery is at 45%. Was the battery at 100% later on today?
It was at 100% at the very beginning that I started HW Info, and the HW Info should have recorded all that too. It'll tell.
So I've already done my homework a good bit, and I've said, hey, I've been running reports all the time. I've got reports. I've got logs. If you would like the logs, I can send them to you. They should be in my file already uploaded, though, by the way. But I've been doing my homework, and I've been excited about this. Now we're going to get into the report that this guy has had me run, and this, to me, was a revelation. This was amazing. And I'm kind of wondering, how did it take over 2 weeks for somebody to run this report? I don't know. But we're about to find out. Well, no, we're not going to find out on that. But we are going to find out the revelation of if there's an issue with the battery.
What the maximum was.
I'm going to run a test in here.
And this is the report he ran.
The battery is kind of, design capacity is 60,000 milliwatts per hour. And the full charge capacity is 52,005.
And I'm plugged in directly to the wall outlet, too. So it's not on any kind of
but in here, I mean that the computer is, the battery is not holding up full capacity. Like this one should be equal to this one.
Right.
The battery should be okay.
So what he's saying right there is if you look at the design capacity of 60,000 milliwatt hours, the full charge capacity is what he is saying should be relatively close, if not the same. And that's a problem. Makes sense to me.
Well, I mean, if you look at the HW Info, you can see where the battery life got down to in just a couple hours. And even on Dell's website, they say that, should not be more than, around 5%.
So Dell actually has an article on this, which I probably need to print before they take it down, because they might even take it down at this point. I'm going to show you in a later video the article from Dell discussing the M15 and other laptops battery issue, and actually when the battery should deplete 5% battery or less, when it should deplete more than 5% or, based off of what you're doing. And it gets a little heated. It does.
Okay, what it goes up. Okay. All right, so it was at 100% at 9:50 a.m.
Yep.
At 10:36, it went down to 84%. What happened here?
Well, I mean,
it was connected to the ACLF. How did it still continue?
All right, so the tech support is confused why all of a sudden it went from 100 to 84, then to 83, and it shows how it went from AC to battery to AC. And I'm about to explain this. And essentially what I did was the laptop wasn't charging. So what I did was I said, well, maybe I could facilitate the charging and get it back to it. So I unplugged it, which represents the battery, and I plugged it back in. There you go. So that's why he's wondering that discrepancy. But you'll hear me explain it.
Oh, so here's what I did. So that where that battery part is, I unplugged it and plugged it back in to see if it would start charging again. Because right now, the whole time the alien head is flashing yellow and blue, but like the bar, usually that battery ticks up while it's charging, and it's not representing that, but it is saying it's plugged in. So what I did was I unplugged it, plugged it back in, and it started ticking up. And I can probably do that right now, and it'll probably tick up, but then eventually it'll stop ticking up, and I don't know why. So
what I'm trying to convey here is that this thing, if I unplug it and plug it back in, the little meter at the bottom of the laptop starts to tick up as if it's charging. But then it only takes about maybe less than a minute, and it stops again. And again, the battery begins to deplete.
Okay.
But yeah, so and then what ends up happening is, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, okay. You said the computer was flashing yellow.
Well, the Alienware head where the power button is, it's doing the charging symbol, which is going from blue to yellow, back to blue to yellow. So it's going back and forth, which is what the charging symbol is for that.
Yeah.
But the little battery bar that's on the bottom right on the taskbar isn't moving. If I unplug it and plug it right back in, which is what I did at 1036, it will tick up. It'll tick up, drop back down, tick up, drop back down, and give you like a visual that it's charging.
Okay. I want to see that in here. I want to close this up. What else did I miss? Okay.
But it definitely shouldn't be draining that much battery just running a video game.
Yeah, I want to talk about that in a bit. Okay. Running on battery, the computer is going to exert a lot of stress on the components on the system. That's why the computer might run out by using all the battery.
Yeah, your website says that under normal conditions, which this would be normal conditions, that it will not drop more than 5% battery per hour.
So right here, the tech support is trying to find a way to say, well, you're just using it too much. You're using it outside of what you should be doing with it. I'm like, what? And then then again, I reference the website, which I'll show you again in the next video. But this is the issue we're running into with tech support and customer service, where they must not be allowed to resolve issues and just try to make Dell customers deal with it. Because, I mean, he can see huge amount of depletion in battery. I have shown him the article that Dell reports, and he's recording my screen and can see everything that's going on my computer. So he would know. What's the hesitation in recognizing the issue?
Okay, normal conditions for this computer are basically the same like we're doing right now. These are normal conditions, just crawling around somewhere.
This is where we really start to get into it, because he is saying just basically running diagnostic reports and checking your computer's health is normal operating conditions for a gaming laptop.
No, it says normal conditions, like playing PUBG, which I don't play PUBG. That's a much more intensive game than 7 Days to Die. This is a gaming laptop, so normal conditions would be playing a game, right?
Not exactly.
So the gaming laptop's normal conditions wouldn't be playing a game. I want to make sure I'm clear on that.
I want to make sure I'm clear on that.
Even though it's a gaming computer, is not supposed to have to refer to gaming as a normal condition, because it's still a computer at the end, just with some better specs for playing games. Okay. Could you please show me the website that you saw regarding that information, sir?
What information?
So this is where I give him the link and where to find this article from Dell discussing the battery. But again, he's trying to say, well, no, it's a gaming laptop, but that's not normal to game on a gaming laptop.
Information. Oh, yeah, hold on. Dell laptop battery.
Okay, and when you meant peak temperature, what would be peak temperature for you?
Well, I mean, if you hit up to 100 degrees, that's peak, isn't it?
Yeah, that's a big understanding.
Right. So we're talking about temperature where we're seeing the processor thermal throttling as well as limit throttling, power limit throttling. So we're seeing both. And for me, you know, if I talk about electricity, the more current something tries to pull, the hotter it gets. And the harder it tries to pull, the hotter. Makes sense to me.
Yes.
I mean, all right. So if you go to Alienware 15, M15, performance issues or battery drain while AC adapter is connected. I can get you there if you want to.
Okay, Alienware 15, performance issues.
Yeah, it says Alienware 15. Well, probably if you just, well, Alienware performance issue or battery drain while AC adapter is connected. And this includes the Alienware M15, which is this laptop.
Which tells me, shouldn't you have access to the articles from Dell about existing issues and know what bad battery drain could do to your computer?
Okay, Alienware performance issue while AC adapter not connected.
No, this one says when the AC adapter is connected, the system is under a heavy loading environment. The Alienware 15, so on and so forth, may show 5% of battery discharge per hour. When the battery capacity is low, then the system throttling can be encountered instead, which it throttles the whole time. So that's obviously the throttling is a problem too.
Yes, experiencing performance issue of battery drains during workdays.
And the fact that this thing sits here and throttles all day long is also a problem.
All day long.
Okay, I see the same one, but it shows when the system is under extreme heavy loading, then battery drain may be seen discharge of greater than 5% in 1 hour.
Okay, so this isn't under.
So he's telling me what extreme heavy loading is, as if I'm not the one that showed him. This is probably the first time this guy's ever seen the article, because I would be willing to bet that most people that call tech support just listen to these guys and they're like, okay, thanks, bye, and deal with their problems. So now this guy is regurgitating from the article that I showed him, as if now he is right.
Extreme heavy load. So I think this would constitute.
Hold on. Let's go back real quick so you can hear what just happened. Because this is the amazing part.
Okay, when the system is under extreme heavy loading, then battery drain may be seen discharge of greater than 5% in 1 hour.
Okay, so this isn't under extreme heavy load.
Yep.
So I think this would constitute proceeding with troubleshooting this as an issue.
Yes.
Whoa! Really? Like an admittance, almost like I had to drag it out of him that there is something wrong. Something is amiss. I mean, but then let's hear what happens next. Because now I have been on hold waiting for him to contact a supervisor to help resolve the issue. He has advised me that he doesn't have the power to do it. Stay on hold. He's going to contact supervisor, get this resolved.
Oh, so he just hung up, did he? Oh man. Oh man. Let's call them back.
And we will. We're going to call them back on the next episode of the Dell Chronicles to find out an additional amount of what I've already went through to get this issue resolved. And I probably have failed to mention, I'll mention it in the next one. Just stay tuned. We'll see you on the next episode of the Dell Chronicles. See you later.